Hi guys. Today is Friday, April 21st. It's been it's been about 6 months since I posted a video. Uh, I I've had a lot going on and I've been reorganizing my life and things like that. I'm grateful for those of you that have hung in here with me despite my pauses in my broadcast, my videos. So I just wanted to say that, thank you for those that have stuck with me. Let's see. I got COVID a couple months ago and it progressed into bronchitis, but I'm okay now. So I survived that. Let's see. What's some of the other stuff going on? Oh, I grew a beard. I tried this 3.5 years ago and it was real spotty. But at 10 years now, it seems to have filled back in. It's gotten thicker. So that was nice. And I see, if I cut out the beard, I still have a nice little stash. So there's that. And of course, I've had the butcher, the barber cut it down shorter because it looked, if this was long, this was short, it looked better just all kind of shorter. Anyway, was it pride or whatever? Um, let's see. Oh, my joints are much worse. My knees. I've seen the orthopedics. I'm getting physical therapy. They're trying to see if they can help them that way. But one of the knees is really bad. It's not bone on bone yet, but it's getting really close. So I'm going through all that, getting tested and see what we can do with physical therapy. And then the elbow's really bad. And unfortunately, they don't have anyone here in the area that does elbows. I have to go all the way over to Seattle, which is a very long ways, and it's the cost of going there and back, toll bridges, ferries, and the gasoline right now is too expensive. So that's not going to happen unless something else turns up. So my exercising, it's hard to. My weight has been gaining because I can't exercise. I can't walk for any period of time without canes and walking poles or hanging on to grocery carts. So I can't walk, and the elbow, I can't hardly use it. It's painful. So I'm doing what I can. I'm doing yoga and stretching every day, and I do stretching and some strength work, balance, that type of thing, what I can. And I have my kettlebells and things like that, resistance cords. So I try to stay as much in shape as I can, but the weight has just crept up. Uh, that that just makes it harder if I'm heavier. So I've been on something I've done before, which is it's an alternate fasting day. So one day I eat pretty much what I want to eat, nothing extravagant, but what I like. And then the next day I do a fast, which is a moderated fast, and you have to have magnesium, potassium, sodium, and lots of water in your system, which is the electrolytes. Because if you don't, you get kind of sick. You have the headache and everything else. And if you have the electrolytes in your body, that takes care of you. And so one day without eating heavy doesn't bother you. Um, so I've been doing that, and I also, after I got COVID, I really, really cleaned up my diet. I got rid of all the junk food, got rid of all the extra sugars, um, the half and half that went in the coffee. Coffee is not calories, but you put the sugar and the cream in it. Yeah, it is. um, so I've just been going through a lot of natural stuff. I make a big batch of vegetables and maybe sometimes a little meat, little chicken or something. And I just make a big stock pot of that, water and various spices and stuff, broth. And that takes care of me. That makes maybe 3, 4 meals, which I can just heat up and microwave. And I've been going to a lot of medicinal type vitamin spices, experimenting with that. And so I've been doing a lot of that. And it's nothing out of the ordinary expensive. It's just, hang on. I've still got a runny nose. Just stuff you can buy right off the counter. It's nothing expensive, nothing, but I've gone to that, and I feel good otherwise. After I got sick, I realized I really needed to work on my immune system, and I felt good ever since then, ever since I started that. So that's going on. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned, probably not. I built a website for my hats, my crochet hats, and I've got a cough still too. Anyway, I don't know how to put something in the video, so I'm just going to show it to you. Here we go. And it's Naughty Boy Crochet Hats by Dane. Naughty Boy, crochet, but I can walk around and go, oh, I'm a naughty boy. And it's naughtyboy.space. It's a different extension. Anyway, that's where all of my hats are now, and I've gotten about 150 hats. So you go on there and you could see all the stuff I've done, and no two are ever alike. I've never duplicated a hat. My biggest problem right now is I can't seem to sell them. People tell me they're pretty. I don't want to go on out of the area. I don't want to have to deal with shipping, and I don't have credit cards or any kind of units, things that you can use to get your money. I just don't want to deal with that. So I sell locally, and I sell some, but not enough. And I'm a little assembly line making hats, and especially now that I have lots of time, and so they just keep piling up. So anyway, that's that. I've joined a couple crochet knitting groups. There's one that meets every Thursday afternoon at a little coffee shop, and there's anywhere from 5 to 10 ladies and me. We sit, all the others are knitters, and I'm a crocheter. Hang on. Okay. And we just sit and work on our pieces and have coffee and chitter chatter, and mostly it's a lot of chitter chatter. We all bring pieces that we call social pieces, which are pieces that we can work on and not have to worry about if we're going to miss a stitch or something. So it's just so we're there, we're working on it, we're talking. It's very nice. And then I have another group that meets, that's every Thursday. Then I have another group that meets once a month at another location. And there's anywhere from 15 to 22 ladies that show up, plus me. I'm again the only guy. One of the, and they're again a really nice group in all kinds of different stuff they're making. And at the start of, this is more of a formal meeting, whereas the one at the coffee shop is just ladies, we just come in, sit down, start working. The other group is more of a formalized group where you have a leader and kind of tells you what's happening, and they sometimes have presentations. And then they have all of us stand up, give our name, and say, you know, this is what I'm working on, or this is what I've just finished. And then you pass it around so everyone can touch it and ooh and ah. And so you all do that, go around, and someone every month someone brings goodies, and so we have our snackies, and it's just a really nice group, and it's just a lot of talking. You have your seat you're in, but then you get up and you're roaming around and talking to people and looking at things, and it's just a really nice social group. And that one goes for 3 hours, and a lot of times it's from 1 to 4. A lot of times we get to 4 o'clock and we're still going. Someone says, "What time is it?" Oh, so it just goes really fast. The same thing with the group on Thursdays. It's from 1 to 3, and next thing we know, it's 3 o'clock. So I've got that going. And let's see. I wanted to show you something. I don't know how well this is going to come out. I'm going to try but this is a picture that was taken of me prior to my transition, to my physical transition. I'm going to try and show that. Trying to get the glare off of it. But that's me. Look at that hair. Look at that hair. Look at that dark hair. Anyway, I wanted to show that off. And what else have we got here? Next Wednesday is my 71st birthday. I can't really relate to that number. I know I'm getting older, and it's not about getting older. It's just that number feels weird to me, to say that number. 71. It used to be, and everyone will say the same thing. Boy, when I was younger, certain age was old, 50, old, 60, 71. It used to think of that as old, and now we are. My 52nd high school reunion was just this last year. I graduated in 70. And it was funny because I didn't get to go, but I'm looking at all the pictures of the people that were there. And they're old. They're crippled. They're on canes. The guys are fat. The women are whatever. And, it's just, you look at these people and you go, who are these people? Luckily, they have little name tags with their high school graduation picture and their name, and if it's a female, your maiden name. And you have to look at that. And then sometimes you look at that, and you look at them, and you go, oh, really? It's totally unrecognizable. And that's just kind of a shock to the system. So that happened. That's another milestone in my life. Let's see. I'm part of an interview thing they're putting together. It's for elder trans men, and it's a history project documenting elder trans men, the history and who we are, more pertinent to who we are, but what we've gone through over the years. So I'm part of that, and that's exciting and interesting. They're going to do a phone interview, a Zoom, but they also have access to my videos. They've looked at all those, plus my blog. They looked at all those, so they're getting that information. So a lot of it put together. Let's see. I talked about this and this and this, and this and this. So I guess that's about it for right now. I still want to put a slideshow together of Bebe to now. The other one I had got messed up by transgender groups. So it's gone, but I'm going to put up another one with another one. Am I repeating myself? Old? Who's old? So that's, and I showed you the naughty boy picture. I think I did. I'm going to show it to you again. I can't remember what I've done. Okay, here's naughty boy, and it works well. The site works well on a desktop and a laptop, but it does not work well on a tablet or a smartphone. I tried to get it to work, and I've got the host that I work with, that I was building with. They tried to help me, and it just didn't turn out well. So I tell people, if you really want to look at the site, if you really want it to look good, go on a laptop or a desktop. Otherwise, you're going to miss the experience of the site. And then there's a lot of information on it. It's all my hats. Currently, I still got 13 more hats to put up there. As I make the hats, I then set them up and photograph them, and I take those images and I have to manipulate them, size and all the pixels and stuff, so it works well on the site. And then I take those and I document all those for my inventory, and then those pictures all get up on the site. So there's a lot to it, but I enjoy the work, so I'm doing that. So I'm going to try and post more often. Something I want to do, and I'm not going to do it this time because it's getting long, is I've been writing a book for 23 years, and it just never got written. The stories, it's all an autobiography of all my experiences. I had a pet and plant care service. I did house sitting all over the U.S., Canada, Mexico, Hawaii, Alaska, and it's all the different experiences I had that they weren't always funny at the time, but they make for really good stories afterwards. And of course, every time I tell them, they get embellished more. So what I've decided to do, instead of writing, I'm just going to start giving you one of the stories each time. So kind of fill out the video a little bit. So take care, and I'll see you guys at some point in the future. Bye-bye.